Hey everyone, this is Russell Brunson. I want to welcome you to today's webinar. I am so excited to have you guys here. We've got a ton of you guys piling in on the line, so I will wait a few minutes to get started here. But if you are looking for a webinar, we're going to be talking about funnel consulting. If you're interested in becoming a Clickfunnels certified partner, if you want to learn more about the highest paying part-time job in the world, and again, I put the word job in quotation marks. I know for some of you guys, job is a negative connotation, and this is anything but that. But if you guys are interested in becoming a certified funnel partner and one of our funnel consultants, then this webinar is for you. I'm so excited to have you guys here. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to be going and I'm going to be sharing some really cool things with you over the next about 60 minutes or so. And so I want to make sure you guys are prepared for this. If you've ever been on a webinar with me before, you know that as I get more excited, I talk faster. So I'm going to try to control myself and talk slow, but that means you guys also need to pay tons of attention or else you might miss something. That means if you've got Facebook open, please close it down. I promise you. This will be more important than anything you will learn on Facebook over the next 60 minutes. If you've got your phone out, shut it down. You got Skype or whatever you're using to communicate with other people, turn it all off because I need you guys to focus here with me. I also recommend taking out a pad of paper and a pencil. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some really powerful strategies that will take you from wherever you are today to wherever it is you want to get to. And I don't want you guys to miss out on any of that stuff. And so that's why this is so important. So I'm excited, you guys. And I guess with that said, I'm going to jump right in and kind of get started. Now, most of you guys probably, when you were registering for this webinar, you saw this picture right here of Amanda. And I'm going to be showing her story with you guys more. In fact, I'm going to show you guys a video at the end of Amanda kind of telling her story and what happened when she went through this process about a year ago. And you're going to find out how she went from being a reluctant ClickFunnels rookie who didn't know a ton about this whole thing to within just 47 days, she had sold over 12 funnels, had all of her clients maxed out where she couldn't even handle anymore. And it's been just one of dozens and dozens and dozens of success stories that have come from our certified consultants. So like I said, towards the end, I'm going to show you guys a video of her kind of telling her story and how she got this whole thing working. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy that. So again, that's something we're going to be covering. And so that means that if you are a brand new reluctant rookie, just like Amanda was, don't worry. This webinar is going to walk you through the whole process. But if you are someone who's seasoned, has success already, and you want to figure out how to scale that and take it to the next level, I'll also be going deep into that as well. So I think you guys will enjoy it no matter where you're kind of coming in into this conversation at. Now, I want to share with you guys an important date. And this is a date that if you don't know yet is very, very important. It's September 23rd, 2014. How many of you guys have any idea what that date actually is? Okay. Now, this is the day that changed my future and also changed your future forever. This is the day that ClickFunnels officially launched. Now, it didn't just launch and it didn't just immediately come out of nowhere. People always say, man, you guys are like an overnight success story. How in the world have you grown so fast? But there was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and effort that went into that. And the accumulation of all that happened on September 23rd. And that's the day that ClickFunnels launched. And for me, it gave me the ability where I no longer had to have 10 tech people around me at any given time to be able to launch a business or a funnel or a website. I could do it by myself. And since then, it's been interesting. I remember when we first launched ClickFunnels, our vision was like, how cool would it be not just for people to use this as a tool, but this tool to become kind of the foundational backbone of the entire community. Anyone who wants to make money online, anyone who wants to grow a business, anyone who needs leads, that ClickFunnels becomes the backbone for that. And it's happened. And it's been so much fun to kind of watch that progression. And then the coolest thing that happened that we didn't even know was going to happen initially is that there's been this whole like subculture of businesses that have popped up around ClickFunnels. People like you who said, man, this is a tool that gives me such a big opportunity where I can help other people and I can serve and I can change the world. And so that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today is how you can use this tool, ClickFunnels, that again came live on September 23rd, 2014, and has literally changed my life. And if it hasn't changed yours yet, by the end of this webinar, I promise you it will. And so that is what ClickFunnels is. And I'm guessing that if you're here, you've probably heard of ClickFunnels and have some experience with it. And we're just going to show you how to actually turn this into a real business. Okay. Now, a couple of problems we have on our side. Okay. So as ClickFunnels has been growing, we went from 5,000 members to 10 to 15,000 and beyond. And the biggest problem that I have as me here in the company, and then also as an entire team, is that we literally get dozens and dozens of requests for people wanting us to help them with their funnels, not every week or not every month or not even every day, dozens of requests every single hour. And they're coming in constantly. And we we can't keep up with it. Like we didn't set up this business to go and help people build out their funnels. We could have, but that wasn't our problem. So that's kind of the first big problem that you guys are here to solve, is just all the support requests from people coming to us saying, Russell, I want to give you money. I want you to build me a funnel. I want you to help me with these things. And right now we just tell them no. We're literally walking away from millions and millions and millions of dollars of opportunity just because that's not our focus. And so that's the first problem. The second problem is that I've seen people out there who use Clickfunnels, and they're trying to build funnels for other people, and they make really, really, really ugly funnels. In fact, we call them fugly funnels over here at Clickfunnels. And that was the other problem, is that people were making funnels, so I couldn't just like say, hey, go over here and hire this guy or hire this person over here, because a lot of people just aren't good at making funnels and making them ugly, or strategically they create the wrong thing, and it wasn't serving our clients well. So I didn't have a place that I could even send those people, which was a huge frustration for us as well. And so we started looking at our options. And so the first option was, hey, Russell, let's develop a new division of our company and start building out thousands of funnels for other people. And so that was one idea we kind of thought through. And then the second option, which I liked a lot better, was, hey, let's take a small group of people who we trust and let's certify them and make them funnel ninjas. And that way, all these support requests, all these people that are coming to us, we can say, hey, here are people that we certified, people that have gone through our programs, who understand the strategy and the design and everything that they need to be successful, and just connect you guys together. And that way, we don't have to have hundreds of employees doing this, and you guys can have an opportunity that can make you a lot of money. And so those are kind of the options that we had. And obviously, based on you being on this webinar, you know that we really wanted to focus on the second option here. Now, there's a couple reasons why. People always ask me, Russell, there's such a big opportunity. Why are you walking away? You're leaving money on the table. And the reason is that I'm tired. Okay, and as you can see from this picture, I'm really tired most of the time. And recently, some of you guys know we had a supplement company that we had grown and scaled, and I sold off my supplement company. We sold off all the things we were doing so we could focus on building ClickFunnels. And so we figured, let's do it this way. I'm going to focus on ClickFunnels, on the software, on building the brand, on creating just the most amazing tool in the world, and then let you, as our certified consultants, focus on building funnels for other people. And that is the way that is giving us the ability where we can focus on our core competency and make this the best tool in the world. And you can focus on learning how to use the tool and make funnels for other people, and watch as businesses transform literally overnight when they have funnels that actually convert. And so that's kind of the game plan. And so because of that, recently we launched our ClickFunnels Certified Partner Program, and we actually launched that at our live event, and we took an entire group of people through this process, and I'm going to be sharing you guys a bunch of stories and things like that. But until today, we've never actually opened this up to anybody outside that group who was at the live event. And but today we wanted to talk to you about it because we're looking for a few more certified partners. Now, I want to stress a couple things. First off, there are a lot of certification programs popping up all over the internet, and this is not one of them. This is not a crappy fake certification. There are a lot of them. In fact, one of our guys on our team, he wanted to see what some of our competitor certification programs look like. He bought the product, went through the product, passed all the tests, and from the time that he put his credit card into the order form to the time that he became certified was under 13 minutes. Okay, now this is not that type of a certification program for a lot of reasons. One is that we have a brand to protect. Okay, we are not just certifying anybody who was willing to show up and give us money. We're only certifying people who will go through this process. And so from my point of view, there's kind of two different people this works for. First off, if you are an individual and you want to become a part-time or even a full-time funnel consultant and make money helping other businesses, then this webinar and this presentation, this certification is for you. Now, if you're a business owner, you're like, hey, I'm a business owner. I have no desire in the world to build funnels for anybody else. But if you have somebody on your team who you say, man, can you imagine what it'd be like if I had a certified funnel consultant on my team, somebody who could just focus on my funnels all day long? Like, how amazing that'd be, right? And so if you're a business owner, you're like, look, I don't want to do this, but I want somebody on my team to go through this process so that they'll know how to build my funnels and they'll know how to do it, then this certification program could also be for you as well. Okay, and some of you guys I know are out there in the marketing space, and what we've had a lot of people do is send somebody from their team through our certification funnel, and they start selling funnel building services to their existing clients. In fact, one of our certified consultants works for a very famous person who you would know if I mentioned their name, and they sell $25,000 funnel consulting services, and all they do is they sell it and then give it to the certified person, and that person actually fulfills on it. And so there's a couple different options. Again, one, if you're an individual and you want to be a full-time consultant, or number two, if you're a business owner and you want somebody on your team to be certified, that's kind of how this works. All right. And so again, who's this for? Now there's this can be for a lot of people. And at the end of this this presentation, I'm gonna show you some videos from some of these guys, and so you can kind of hear who they are. So this right here, this is Mike. We call him AKA the network marketer. And so and again, as you watch Mike's video at the end, he'll tell you his story. He was in network marketing. He was trying to talk to friends and family members about building his business and building his team, and he just struggled with it. And he found out about the certified partner program. He signed up for it. He went through the process, and he became certified. And now he makes tens of thousands of dollars a month by building out funnels for other people. And it's been huge. It's completely transformed his life. This is Donna. Now, Donna, we call her the designer. She was someone who did branding and logos and design for people, but she didn't have the tech skills that she needed to make websites. And so she'd do the design packages, give them to people, and they have to go find their own webmasters and things like that. And when she learned about Clickfunnels, she jumped all in. She went through the certification program, and now she's able to give her clients a couple things. One is that not only can she design their branding and their logos, she can actually build out their entire sales funnels. And the cool thing about that is that not only is she making something amazing looking for them, it's something that actually works and makes them money. And she, as a designer, has been able to triple, and sometimes even more than that, her prices, because she's not just giving somebody design, she's giving design plus strategy plus an entire funnel. So it's completely transformed her business. And again, you'll have a chance to watch Donna tell her story here towards the end as well. The next is Amanda, the stay-at-home mom, and she's one of my favorite stories. And again, you guys will see her video, but she's a stay-at-home mom who came through the certification program looking for some side income, and she's turned it into a huge business. And it's just hers is one of my favorite stories. And again, you'll see hers at the end. Now this is Dave. Now Dave is someone who didn't want to just dabble and make this kind of a side business for him. He wanted to become a full-timer. So he turned this into a real business and hired salespeople and has people building funnels. And he himself went through the certification program. He sent the guys on his team through the certification program. And Dave does over $1 million a year right now building funnels for other people. Okay. And then the last guy I want to show, his name is Darren Stevens. And Darren is a business owner. He came to the certification program. He told me flat out, he said, Russell, I am not here today to learn how to be certified or to sell funnels. He said, I just want to be better at myself. He said, I got a company, I got a lot of things. And he said, if I can get one or two little nuggets from you through the certification program, it's worth 10 times the investment. And I want to do it so that I can apply these things to my own business. And so since then, he's gone home and he's used these things. I've watched his businesses dramatically scale, even though he's never once even tried or attempted to sell a funnel. He's just used the things he's learned for his own business. And so this is for a lot of different people. And so I'm sure that you kind of resonate with one of these stories. And like I said, towards the end, I'm going to show you videos so you can actually hear each of these guys tell their story and why it was so impactful for them. All right. Now, one thing I want to mention before we get too far into this is that the Certified Partner Program is not for everyone. In fact, we're very specific on who we accept and not accept. We've had some people who slipped through the cracks in the past that were not good fits, and we gave them money back and we kind of kept them out. And so we made an application process just to make sure that the people who do come through are people we can trust with our name and our brand and this process. And so if you are accepted, this is also not a cheap certification program. It's not one of those like $100 fake certifications that you see online. If you are accepted, it is expensive. It's a $10,000 program. But I'm going to show you through this presentation how by just creating one funnel for one person, you can more than pay for that almost instantly. And so we'll talk more about that at the end, and we'll talk about certification. But first, I want to give you guys some value, and I really want to open your eyes to the possibilities about what we're talking about. I want you guys to be able to see what it would be like to become a certified partner. So we're going to go through a bunch of different things. In fact, what I'm going to focus on right now for the next probably 30 or 40 minutes is I want to show you guys how to easily make an extra 6 or 7 figures a year as a part-time funnel consultant. And I'm curious, for those of you guys who are on the web class right now, how many of you guys would love to learn how to do that? Okay. There's not many opportunities out there that you can make an extra 6 or 7 figures a year doing something part-time. I know some of you guys are going to be like the overachievers like me and totally geek out, and this will become more than full-time for you because you have so much fun with it. But that's what we're talking about. That's kind of the opportunity I want to share with you guys today. All right, so I'm going to be covering 3 core things. So now get your pad of paper out and pencil. We're going to cover these things right now. So these are the 3 secrets to get into 6 figures fast. All right. So secret number 1, I'm going to talk about funnel consulting and how it's the highest paying part-time job in the world. Secret number 2, we're going to cover what I call the results first cookie cutter method that'll give you almost unlimited clients. How many of you guys want unlimited clients? Okay. Yeah, this is the part that most people kind of freak out about. Like, this sounds cool, Russell, but I don't know how to get clients. I don't know how to talk to people. And so I'm going to show you guys a process that literally makes it makes it so simple that anybody can do it and literally will give you unlimited number of clients. And then third thing, and this is the key, you guys, I need to give you guys a mind shift, because right now, a lot of people, when they first get into this, like, okay, I'm going to sell someone for $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever that thing is. And you can, But if I can give you guys this one little shift, and this shift is going to show you how to easily move from making 6 figures a year to making 6 figures per client per year. We understand this little piece of it, you guys. This will change everything. And so these are three things I'm going to cover right now during this training. And so I say we jump right in. All right, so secret number 1, funnel consulting is the highest paying part-time job in the world. It's literally like this little image shows you right here. It's like handing out free money. All right, now I want to walk you through a couple of different ways that you can use this. Okay, and I tell people as soon as you have a Clickfunnels account, you should never pay for anything again ever for the rest of your life. You can use this process and this skill for barter. This is one of my friends. He's a chiropractor. His name is Dr. Chad Wollner. He got his first Clickfunnels account. He started geeking out. He was playing with funnels, having a good time, and making funnels for himself. And then one day he thought, you know what, for his practice, he wanted to get some video equipment. And he went on Amazon. He found out he needed cameras and lights. And it ended up being about $2,500 for a bunch of camera stuff on Amazon. And he was about to buy it, but it's one of those purchases where like, you don't really have to have it for what he does, but he really kind of wanted it. And if he told his wife, she would have been kind of like, dude, you're gonna spend $2,500 on like some video cameras? Like, doesn't make any sense, right? So he put it in Amazon and made it like a wish list. And he thought, you know, I'll come back to this later. And then about the time he got a call from one of his friends, and his friend had a different kind of business. And Chad said, you know what you need? You need a funnel. And he explained what a funnel was and said, this funnel is going to be amazing. And this is how it could work. And the guy's like, well, that's cool, but I don't know how to make a funnel. And Chad said, well, you know what? I could build that funnel for you. And the guy said, what's it cost to build a funnel? He said, you know what? Typically I charge about $5,000 to $10,000, but today I'm gonna make a special offer because I'm looking at this camera equipment on Amazon. I said, if you go to Amazon, go to my wish list page, and just buy all this camera stuff for me, I'll build your funnel for free. And so his buddy went to the page, bought him $2,500 worth of camera stuff. Chad logged into ClickFunnels and spent about an hour building his funnel and waited 2 or 3 days. So it seemed like he spent a lot more time and effort on it. And he sent his friend this funnel. And after he did that, you know, he got the camera equipment, and it was this great trade. And what's cool is that not only did Chad do that, he then actually gave, because his friend signed up for a ClickFunnels account to have that funnel, every single month Chad gets affiliate commissions now from his friend using ClickFunnels. And so not only to get the camera equipment up front, he makes residual income from that and every single client that he's brought on ever since then. Okay, and we've seen people using this skill for barter in all sorts of different ways. We had someone who came to Funnel Hacking Live, the very first event we did, and I kind of talked about this, and they came up to me afterwards and said, Russell, we're kind of embarrassed. I don't really want to tell everyone this in the world. He said, you know, my wife and I, we wanted liposuction. It was way more than we could afford. And so we went to the liposuction doctor, and we explained to them what a funnel was, and they traded liposuction for my wife and I in exchange for a funnel for their practice. He said, the process that we went through, the liposuction, has completely transformed my life and my wife's life, and didn't cost us anything. We were able to trade that for a funnel. And he said that funnel we created for the surgeon has now been bringing him tons and tons of clients. He said it was the biggest win-win I've ever done. And I started thinking about it, like, man, like how powerful is that? Like, you have this skill that you can barter for almost anything. I've seen people barter it for dental work, for chiropractic work, for graphic design, for almost anything you can dream of. And so when you have this skill, you guys, you will literally never need to pay for anything ever again. Okay, as Chad has kind of proven here. Now, a lot of people tell me, Russell, this is really cool, but I don't know if I can afford all this. I'm kind of freaking out. And I want to teach you guys something I learned from Robert Kiyosaki. Now, right now we are working really in depth with the Rich Dad company. We've been building about funnels, how to click funnels for them, and so we've had a chance to get to know them. And when I first met him and met their company, the first time I actually read his book, he talked about the difference in mindset between the rich and the poor. And he said the poor will look at an opportunity like, oh man, I wish I could afford that. Or I can't afford that, you know, things like that. And he says, but the rich will look at the same opportunity and they'll just change a couple words and say, instead of saying I can't afford this, they'll say, how can I afford this? Okay? And if you start thinking about how can I afford this, wow, well, man, maybe I could build a funnel for that person. Maybe I could do something of value for them. And when you start changing your words and changing your thoughts, it changes everything. Okay, like Robert Kiyosaki said, you change your words, you change your life. So instead of looking at something you want and being like, oh man, I can't afford that, look and say, how can I afford that? What can I do? Who can I build a funnel for to get that thing? And when you change your mindset, like I said, you can literally have anything in the world you want. And that's the power behind what we're talking about. Now, a really good example of that, this is Henry. He's one of my favorite people in the ClickFunnels community. Henry came in and he got ClickFunnels account, and he was a designer. He was freaking out. He said, I love this thing. And about that same time, Henry heard about I had a coaching program at the time called Ignite, and it was $12,000 to be in the program, and he wanted to be in it. He talked to his family about it, and they're like, Henry, you're broke, dude. You do not have $12,000. And he was like, I know I don't have $12,000, but I know that if I understood this information, it would completely transform my life forever. He's like, how can I afford that? I've got to figure out how to do that. And so he went out and he took some debt on. He got a credit card and he put the $12,000 on a credit card. He went through this process and he learned how to do it. And instead of saying, I can't afford this, he said, how can I afford it? He started using the tools, using the training, using what he learned to be able to pay for that. And what's cool is he started building funnels for other people. And within 6 weeks, and it might have been even less than that, he completely paid off the Ignite program. He made enough money to cover the cost for that. And then everything he made after that was pure profit. Now, you may think, well, that's cool. He made 12 grand, maybe he made 20 grand. I called Henry last week and I asked him, like, hey, man, how much have you made since you joined that program? You started building funnels for people. I'm curious. And I had in my head, I thought maybe $100,000, $120,000 or something. I didn't know. That's kind of what I was guessing. And Henry wrote back, he said, you know what? He said, I've done over $500,000 in sales in the past 16 months. Is that crazy? Okay. He didn't sit there and think, I can't afford that. He said, how can I afford that? I need to get the tool. I need to get the training. He took the training and he turned it into a business. It financed itself, and now he's made over $500,000 from that, and it continues to grow. And Henry's one of my favorite people to look at that. I mean, it's crazy. Someone who couldn't afford something today, he learns this skill, and it's completely changed his family's life forever. Now, some people ask me, Russell, what is possible? Like, is it $60,000 a year? Is it $100,000 a year? Is it $1 million? Like, what's actually possible? So I want to share with you guys one of my other favorite stories. This is Arthur and Leon. These are two of my favorite people in the Clickfunnels community, and they wanted to become funnel consultants. They started going out there, and they said, you know what? We want to charge more for this. This service we're offering people is insanely valuable. Everybody needs it. It's insane. So they said, okay, we're going to charge a lot. So they charge their clients $10,000 per month to set up a funnel for them, to set it up and then to manage it. And they told me that. I was like, wow, like, man, that's a lot. It's $120,000 a year. I was like, do you have any clients? I was assuming maybe they had one guy who they were able to convince to pay him $10,000 a month. And they looked at me and said, yeah, we've got a lot of clients. I'm like, really, how many? He said, well, right now we've got 15 active clients and we've got 8 people who are begging us, but we just don't have the bandwidth yet. So they're on a waiting list. And I was like, are you kidding me? 150 grand a month they're doing right now, with another $80,000 a month just waiting for them when they're ready for it. Okay, so that's kind of the possibilities, guys. Like, there are people in this community who are making more than full-time incomes doing this funnel consulting business we're talking about. Okay, now here's how it works. Okay, there's a couple steps here. So step number 1, you have got to become a rock star. Okay, you can't be like some horrible funnel person and go out and selling funnels. I've seen it happen. People go and they'll sell a funnel for $25,000 and they don't know what they're doing. And then they start trying to build it and it looks ugly, it doesn't work, and then people are upset, and overnight your business implodes and you get angry people and it's just not good. So step number 1, if you want to be successful here, you have got to become a rock star. Okay? Now, how do you become a rock star? There's a couple of things. First off, you have to become a master strategist. You got to understand the strategy behind building funnels. Okay? So you got to figure out, like, what type of funnel should I create for this type of business? What are the offer sequencing? How should I set things up in the sequence? You got to understand funnel stacking and a whole bunch of really other important things. The first step is becoming a master strategist. The second thing is, after you strategize and figure out what kind of funnel they need, then you got to be good at actually building the funnel. You can't make ugly funnels and be successful, okay? So you got to become a master builder. You got to learn how to build it inside of Clickfunnels. You got to learn how to set up the integrations, how to integrate it with the different shopping carts and all the different things for their business. And then you got to make design that actually looks amazing. Okay, so you got to become a master builder. That's the second step. The third step is you got to get really good at building out campaigns. Now, some of you guys are thinking, what's a campaign, Russell? A campaign are all the emails and the text messages and all the things that are happening behind the scenes. So you got to be able to set up the action funnels, so the follow-up sequences, the email and the text message follow-ups, and a whole bunch more. Okay, so next you got to become good at building out the campaigns. The last thing, you got to become really good at conversion. Okay, you got to become a conversion specialist, understanding the offer creation, how to write the copy, how to do split testing, conversion optimization, and a whole bunch more. Okay, now if you become good at those things, you literally have the ability now to write your own check. Okay, now for most of our certified partners right now, what they're doing is they're initially building out a funnel for someone and they're charging anywhere from $29.97, so about $3,000, up to $30,000 or more for the initial funnel build out. Okay, or you can do like Arthur and Leon do and just charge these people $10,000 per month to set up their funnel, to manage it, to run it, and just make sure that it works. Okay? Now, step number 2, after you're a rock star, you got to understand this core concept. Every time I've seen one of our funnel consultants sell, it's almost the exact same reason every single time. They sell people who are broke. Okay? Step number 2, if you want to be successful here, is don't sell to broke people. Okay? This is the key. If you understand this, this is huge. You cannot sell someone a $25,000 funnel if they're broke. You have to pick the right businesses that can actually handle this. Okay? So you got to be able to find businesses that are both willing to pay $25,000 or more and also able. A lot of times you find people who are able, like, yeah, they can spend the money, but they're not willing. They don't want to do the marketing, right? Or you find people that are definitely willing, like, yes, I would love to have a funnel, but they're just not able to spend it. So you got to find people who are both willing and able. Now, again, many people will be willing but not able, or able but not willing. And so the secret, and this is the key, you guys, write this one down. The secret to really understanding this is this. You've got to find businesses that have a high customer value. You think about this. Let's say you go down to your local Taco Bell and you're like, hey, I want to build a funnel for you. And they're like, okay, how does this work? Like, well, funnels can get you new customers in the front door. You're like, how much is your average customer worth to you? And they're like, yeah, about $1.79. Okay? You got to build it. Like, if you're going to charge someone $25,000 to build a funnel that gets $1.79 customers, you're going to have to get millions of customers to make any money, right? But if I walk down the store to like a laser hair removal place, right, or a cosmetic dentist, or somebody that has a high customer value, and say, well, how much do you make per client? They're like, well, we make on average about $18,000 per client. Okay, cool. I'm going to build you a funnel that gets you 5 new clients a month. What's that worth to you? Okay, that's worth $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, right? Now, if you're bringing in high customer value to these guys, customers are spending a lot of money, guess what they're going to be willing to do? They're going to be willing to spend a lot more money with you. Okay, so a big part of it is picking out your market selection, understanding that correctly. Because if you get the right type of clients, this business becomes really, really easy. You get the wrong kinds, it's very, very difficult. All right, now I'll walk you guys through the math. And this is if you're kind of an underachiever and you're just going to do one funnel build out per month. Now, let's say you just get one client per month. Like, how much money do you think you can make? Okay, let's just assume that you get really nervous and you do the cheapest possible way. So you just get one client and you just charge them $2,997. So $3,000 to build out the funnel. You get one client per month for the next 12 months. That's $35,964 from build outs. Okay, you guys think if you spend 40 hours a week just trying to get one client per month and you only charge them $3,000, you think that if you did that, you get one per month. Okay, it's pretty simple. Like if you sat home and played video games 7 of the 8 hours a day, you could probably get that, all right? But let's just say worst case scenario, so you get one client per month, that's $35,000 just from the build outs. But if you charge these guys $1,000 a month to maintain it, or a percentage of equity of the business or whatever, that $35,000 you made from build out suddenly becomes a lot bigger. Okay, because if you got 12 customers, at the end of it, you got 12 people paying you $1,000 a month. That's $12,000 per month in residual income. That's $144,000 per year. And that's if you just get one new client each month. Okay, is this starting to get exciting for most of you guys? Okay, I know for a lot of people, it's like, so if I can get over 6 figures a year, I'm in. And this process, if you don't even do it very well, you can get there pretty quickly. Okay, again, these numbers are based on giving hugely discounted pricing that I do not recommend. I recommend you guys charging a lot more for a build out and a lot more per month. But this is just worst case scenario, okay? Or what I like to do is going really deep with just a few clients. Maybe 12 clients is a lot to manage. And so let's say you only get one client per quarter, okay? And instead of charging $3,000 setup, $1,000 a month, you go deep with these guys and you're focusing on everything from setting up integration, traffic strategies, like everything. And you can do what Arthur and Leon do and charge $10,000 per month per client. Look at that. By the end of the year, you got 4 clients. You had just one per quarter. So the end of a year, you're making $40,000 per month in residual income. That's just picking up one client per quarter. The math on that's $48,000 a year. Okay, how many of you guys would $48,000 a year dramatically change the quality of your life right now? Okay, it's pretty big, huh? All right. Now, the other thing you can do, and this is my favorite, because money's great, but you can also use this to trade for equity. Now, this is a picture right here with me and Mr. Wonderful. And if you look here on the picture on the left-hand side, this shark right here, he trades money for equity, which is good, right? That's why he's a shark. That's why he's making a bunch of money. Look on the right-hand side, this shark right here, he trades funnels for equity. Now, there's multiple companies, over a dozen companies right now that I have become actual equity partners in, and I trade them funnels for equity. And I think it's much smarter than trading cash for equity. Now, for those of you guys who know, I'm a wrestler, and right here, this is me giving an underhook to Mr. Wonderful. 1 second later, I actually tossed him and threw him on his head. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, so that's the other key, is that you guys can literally use this to become equity partners in all sorts of businesses. Okay, when you understand this piece, like, this is more valuable than anything else to a business. A funnel is more valuable than cash. It's more valuable than customers, because guess what it produces? It produces cash and customers. Okay, and so you can come in and literally have no money out of your pocket. You come in and put some sweat equity, build out sales funnels for these companies, and they will give you equity all day long. All right. So I want you guys changing your mindset. I know that Dave right here, when Dave came through our certification program at the time, he was charging people for funnels, and he was charging a lot. He was charging on the low end $25,000 or more to build out a funnel. After he came through, I showed him the strategy that I used to get equity for funnels, and he was like, Russell, I never even thought of that before. And so I actually called him a couple weeks ago to ask him, I'm like, hey, how much do you charge per funnel? I'm working on this presentation. I want to find out exactly what it is, make sure I quote you right. He's, Russell, I don't charge money for funnels anymore. He's like, I charge money for my time, but I take equity on every single business, up to 50% or more on every single funnel deal I do. So now Dave gets equity too. Okay, now these are the kind of things you guys will learn and see and understand throughout the certification program. Okay, so that's secret number one, how funnel consulting is the highest paying part-time job in the world. And I'm curious, how many of you guys right now are like going nuts, understanding this opportunity, understanding what's actually possible? Okay, now I hope so. I hope that I painted a clear picture, because I have seen the people that come through this program. I've seen their lives change. I've seen how they've helped the businesses, and it's happening every single day around you, okay, you guys? And I want you guys to understand that, because this isn't something that happens to other people. It's something that can happen to you as well. All right, so secret number 2 now is what I call the results first cookie cutter method that'll give you unlimited clients. Now, this one's important because so many people come to me and they're like, Russell, this is cool, but like I don't know how to find clients, or if I do, like I may find 1 or 2, but how do I like actually build this into a business? And so when you understand this process, you will see how simple this, not just get 1 client or 1 client a month, but to get literally unlimited clients, as many clients as you want to have. And so I'm going to go through a bunch of cool strategies that hopefully will help a ton. So this is the process, and this is where most people do it wrong. The first step is you've got to get results first, okay? AKA, you've got to work for free. Now, this is an example. Some of you guys may know this guy right here. His name's Drew Canoli. He owns a company called Fit Life TV. And when I was first going to launch my new coaching program, I thought, who do I want to work with? Like, who's my dream clients? And I could have gone out there and started telling people, hey, I'm a good marketing coach. You should hire me. But first off, that's kind of annoying. And second off, I didn't have any proof that like what I actually did had any value. And so for you and for me and for everyone, the key is like, first thing you gotta do is get results first. So I went to Drew, I met him, called him on the phone, said, hey Drew, I love what you're doing. I believe in your mission. I would love to come work for you for free. And he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm gonna come fly out there on my own dime and help you guys and hopefully help you to grow. And he's like, well, what's in it for you? I'm like, there's nothing, man. I like what you're doing. I want to help. And so I think reluctantly he was like, all right, you can come help me. And so I flew out to his office and I spent a whole day with his staff and his team. And I looked at the funnels they had, and we made a bunch of internal tweaks to get it to work right. And they were about to launch a new supplement called Organifi, and I helped them build the supplement funnel for that and gave them the right structure and the pricing and the strategy behind it. And they launched that funnel and ended up going to the point where right now it's making over $1 million a month. And when it was done, like Drew was so grateful for the help that we had given. He came back and gave me a video just talking about the process and how much it had helped them and what they kind of got from it. And so the first step is you got to get results. So again, for me, I went and Organifi. We helped them launch the Organifi funnel. They had tons of results. And then the second step, and this a lot of people miss this, is then you've got to leverage that result. So we captured it. We got it on video and got Drew telling his story about the result we got for him. We then took that video of that result. We posted it on a website that had him telling his story, and then people could apply for my coaching program. We launched it, and that is how I filled up my entire $25,000 a year coaching program. And it was by giving somebody a result and then leveraging that result to kind of grow. And this is the first thing I tell every funnel consultant. The first thing you gotta do is figure out what market you want to be. If you want to be working with chiropractors or dentists or info publishers or authors or whoever it is, find that person and go work for free. Give them a huge result. And after you've done it, now that result will be what drives all future sales for you. Now this is the key, you guys. I really want you to understand that. Is after you've gotten a result with a funnel type, now you need to leverage that result. Okay, for example, this is my book funnel. I use this book funnel to sell over 25,000 copies of my book in the first month. I made a ton of money with it. And so after I had, this is now a blueprint that'll work for any other authors trying to sell a book, right? So now that I have this funnel type, I can go and I can use this to help other authors, right? With Drew, when I helped him with the supplement funnel, I can use that to help other people with supplements, okay? So as soon as you master a funnel type, now you got that funnel you can go use to other people who can also benefit from it, okay? And so the first thing is after you've got that funnel type done and you mastered it, you've gotten results for somebody, then you need to brag to everybody you know about that funnel, okay? Now this picture right here, this is actually me on the phone with Tony Robbins. After I did my whole book funnel, I found out a few months later he was about to launch his book, and I saw what they were doing, and I called him, I said, Tony, I want to show you something really cool. And I showed him my book funnel. I showed how it worked. And I said, hey, like, this is awesome. Like, we should do this for your book. And he said, yeah, I want to do that too. And so I had a chance to work with Tony Robbins on his book funnel because I bragged about my book funnel to him and to everybody else I know, okay? So same thing for you is after you have success with a funnel type, then go and brag about it to everybody you know, okay? Because you got to get it out there, and it's going to get people saying, wow, he's really good at book funnels. He's good at supplement funnels. He's good at coaching funnels. Like, whatever kind of funnel you become good at, you can then leverage that to find people who are looking for that type of funnel, okay? Now, there's 5 core strategies I use to leverage these funnels. And the first one is super easy. It's called share funnels, okay? And if you use Clickfunnels, you know how easy this is. You can build a funnel, and then you can give it to people. So my book funnel, what we did for a while is we took our book funnel and then we started giving it away to other authors, okay? Because I want every single author, for me, I want them using Clickfunnels, and then I also want them to come to my coaching programs and things like that. So I ran ads on Facebook and just gave away my book funnel. I said, here it is for free. This book funnel sold 25,000 copies of my book. You can get it for free. Go check it out. And then guess what happened? I started getting authors to download my book funnel. I got them on my list. I could then upgrade them to sell them coaching, consulting, funnel build out, things like that if I wanted. But they got this book funnel into their Clickfunnels account. And on top of that, it started when I gave away this free funnel to them. Each of these guys got Clickfunnels trials. And if you've been following us at all, you know that for our Clickfunnels affiliates and also for our certified partners, if you get 100 people a Clickfunnels account, we pay for the lease on your dream car. And so for every one of those funnels we gave away, it got me and we get you a step closer to having your dream car for free, which is kind of cool, right? All right, strategy number 2, and this is one of my favorites. This is called the area exclusive letter. So let's say, for example, that you found your client to work for free. And let's say it was a business that did laser hair removal, right? So you have a laser hair removal funnel. It works perfectly. You know this works. You have a result. You said, we did it for this company over here. They got X amount of clients, and you have a result. So now what I could do, and I learned this concept initially from Dan Kennedy, but what he would do is he would go into a city. Let's say I'm from Boise, Idaho. So let's say my result I got was for somebody here in Boise, Idaho. So I'd go to a neighboring city like Salt Lake City or Portland or something like that. And I'd go to the phone book and I would pull out the names and addresses of every single person who does laser hair removal in the phone book. And I send them this letter. Okay, and this letter basically says hey, my name is Russell Brunson. I run a company where we help get leads for people who have laser hair removal companies. In fact, recently in Boise, Idaho, we did this for somebody, and boom, I showed the result. We were able to give them this many leads, this much money, this much cash was generated. It was amazing. And right now I'm looking for one client in Portland, and here are the 25 laser hair removal companies in the local area. I'm only gonna be able to work with one because it's an area exclusive deal. And so the first person that contacts me, I will build out this funnel and help you get these leads just like I did for the company here in Boise, Idaho. Here's my phone number, give me a call, and you send out that letter. Okay. Now, the first time we did this actually was here in Boise. We sent it out. It was actually 2 laser hair removals, which is kind of funny as the test. And the first day the mail hit, we mailed the letter. The next day it got in people's boxes. We had 2 phone calls before lunch that day fighting over it. And when 2 people are fighting, what do they say at Lending Tree? When banks compete, you win. We had 2 people fighting to have the spot, and we were able to make a whole bunch of money. Okay. And so it's such a powerful strategy. So after you've mastered a funnel type, then you can use this area exclusive letter to start getting tons and tons of leads for that funnel type in different areas. All right, the third strategy, and this one is for those of you guys who love ClickFunnels. You build an amazing funnel. So again, let's say it's laser hair removal. You get it all done, and then you drive to the first laser hair removal company. You log in your ClickFunnels account. You change the title really quick. You put in their name. You put in a picture of their thing. You walk in the company and say, hey, I just built you a funnel. Isn't this amazing? If you want it, all you got to do is hire me as your funnel consultant. All you got to do is pay X and you can have this funnel. And so that fast, you build a custom funnel for them. If they say no, you jump back in your car, you drive the next one, log in your ClickFunnels, you change the headline, takes you 30 seconds, you walk in, you say, hey, we built you a custom funnel. And this is a way that's very simple and very easy to start closing people all around town in your local area. We got a bunch of our certified professionals that this is all they do, and they are crushing it. Okay, so that's how we use fast custom funnels. Strategy number 4, this is what I helped Tony Robbins with. You make their funnel unugly. Okay, now this was the book launch that they initially were going to launch their funnel with. I don't know about you, but I think this page is pretty ugly. So we took that, we built in ClickFunnels, and we made it unugly. And suddenly became a beautiful page that actually converted. It actually was using good strategy and good design, all those kind of things. We test the A/B and we thrashed the control, and this became the funnel for the book launch rolling forward. Okay, so go to somebody that has a funnel or has a website and just make it unugly. Okay, and when you do that and they see, wow, this looks amazing, it's not hard now to get them to want to continue to have you provide services for them. And then strategy number 5, and this is one of the keys, I call this traffic hacking. So what I do a lot of times, I go out there and I try to find the traffic first. Okay, so just a good example of this is, let's say I knew I wanted to focus on dentists, right? And so what I would do is I would find the traffic source first, and I sell access to the well, to where all these customers are, right? So let's just say I went out to a bunch of dental consultants who were looking for dental leads and say, look, this is the deal. I'm going to build you a funnel. I have access to 52,000 dentists. Okay, and so then I can do that deal. So for example, if you go to dentaltown.com right now, you can rent lists of dentists, and it costs $7,500 to send an email out to 52,000 dentists. Okay, so I can go to someone who's got a dental practice that they're trying to sell consulting, whatever it is, build a funnel for them, go to the existing traffic source, connect it, and boom, instantly we get them leads and traffic. Okay, a lot of times that's one thing that I do is I'm always looking for traffic sources. So let's say in your local area, you find somebody that's got an email list of, 2,000 or 20,000 coupon buyers in Boise, Idaho, or wherever you're at. You can go and you can build a funnel and then broker the traffic and connect those two, and it makes it very simple and easy to get a lot of money from clients really, really fast. Because you're not just bringing the funnel, you're also bringing the traffic as well. Okay, so that's one of the little secret tricks you will learn inside the consulting program, is really how to figure out how to find these traffic sources and then connect them with the right funnels. All right, so that's strategy number 5. All right, so there are a whole bunch of different strategies you guys kind of think through, but that's what I call the results first cookie cutter method that will give you nearly unlimited clients. Okay, I hope you guys like that one. All right, so now let's jump into the last one, and this is the big one, you guys. If you have this mindset shift, everything will become so much easier. Okay, I want you to understand this, because when you understand this, it'll help you from going from 6 figures a year to 6 figures per client per year. Okay, now this is going to get a little bit deep. I know some of the stuff's been surface level and some have gone a little bit deeper so far through here. So I want you guys to pay attention, because if you get this, it's going to be huge for you. Okay, now if you've read my book, .com Secrets, one of the things we talk about is the concept of a value ladder, right? So somebody comes into your world in a funnel, and at the bottom of the value ladder, and then if they receive value, they're naturally going to want to ascend up and kind of move through the funnel. Okay, good example of that. Let's say someone is a dentist, right? Typically, someone will enter a dentist funnel with like something like free teeth cleaning. They come in for free teeth cleaning, and then while they're at the dentist might upsell them retainers or teeth whitening or things like that, and they start moving up this ascension ladder, right? And so that's what a value ladder is. In the author, speaker, consultant world, it's a little different. Like for example, with my funnel, I give people a free book in the front of my funnel, and then I send them up to a webinar where we sell a $1,000 training program. And from there, we send them up to a $25,000 high ticket offer that we sell from there. Okay, and so the key to this is you start looking at other businesses. There's very few businesses like mine that have all of the different gaps in their value ladder already filled. Okay, I look at all the people that I know in my market. Some of them are really good at high ticket sales, and they've mastered that. They don't have a webinar funnel. They don't have a tripwire funnel, okay? Or we find someone who's really good at webinars, but they have no high ticket funnel. They have no tripwire funnel. Or vice versa, someone's really good at tripwires, but they have no back end. And so for me, what I do a lot of times, I come out here and I say, okay, everyone should have a value ladder. And again, you'll become masters of the value ladder inside the Certified Partner program. We look at these value ladders and you say, well, where are people missing a piece of that value ladder? And if you can come into them and add that piece for them, it becomes huge. Okay, and this was my big aha moment that I had about 8 years ago. 8 years ago, I was just like every other internet marketer. I was selling info products. We were making good money. We were having a bunch of fun. And then one day, we decided to add a little mini call center and start selling expensive stuff. We'd never done it before. We saw people doing the real estate market. We're like, maybe we could try that here with what we do as well. And so we add this little call center, and we started calling our customers and selling $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 coaching programs. And we started doing that. And we started making millions of dollars doing that. And it was really, really good and was fun. And I was thinking, like, how do I grow this? And that's when I had my big aha moment. And my big aha moment was, man, I've got tons of friends in this industry who are doing the same thing I was doing, but they don't have a back end. And I could go teach them how to do and all these kind of things. But what if I became their back end? What if I put my little funnel in the back of everything they were doing, and we kind of partnered up? So I went and I partnered guys like Mike Filsaime and Frank Kern and Onyx Singal and Bill Glazer. And I became their backend. I ran the call center for Mike Filsaime. I ran it for Frank for a little while. We ran it for Onyx. We ran it for Bill Glazer. And so they would generate leads. They'd sell stuff. Then we would call those people on the phone on behalf of these guys, and we would sell them expensive coaching program. And because this was a new piece of their business, something that was brand new, none of this was something they already had in place. We were selling this really expensive thing. Because it was brand new, like literally free money to these guys, I was able to take 75% of every single dollar we made. It wasn't an equity deal where I said, hey, I'll get 10%, you get 90%. Me coming in and saying, look, I'm going to add a whole nother dimension to your company, but I get 75% of it. And all of these guys said yes. Okay, you guys getting this? We did that, And within 18 months of becoming the back end, of taking the back end funnel and plugging it into these other people's businesses, we made over $10 million. Okay, and that was huge for us. And so for you guys, what you understand is that opportunity is there for you guys all day long, because everything you add to these other businesses is 100% new free money for them. So it's easy to ask for a big percentage of the whole thing, right? If someone's selling high-end coaching, they don't have a webinar funnel, you say, I'm going to build your webinar funnel for you. I'll do all the work, I'll do everything, but I want 75% of the money, or I want 50% of the money. It's easy for them to say yes because it's new money. Everything that comes through that is brand new for them. Okay? And that's the big aha I want to share with you guys. All right, now I call this finding the gaps. Now we understand this, you guys. This is literally how you get companies to happily give you 75% or more of their business. Okay? And this is it. This is the opportunity for you when you guys understand it. It's this, okay? Step one, become great at a funnel type. Become great at webinar funnels or tripwire funnels or high ticket funnels. Whatever one you like the best, become amazing at it. Okay? Get results for people. Show proof that you can do that. Step number two is find the gaps in other people's value ladders. Okay, again, these are people with money, so they're okay paying for your service and your time. Find the gaps in those places with the funnels that you're good at, and then just fill in the gaps for them. Okay, and you start giving them free money, and you just take a percentage of that. Okay, and that's, you guys, how you go from making 6 figures a year to 6 figures per client per year. Okay, now hopefully you guys understood that, and you can now see how easily it is to shift from that 6 figures a year to where a lot of you guys are gonna be able to get the first year, to how to start getting 6 figures per client per year and start having multiple clients that you're doing that with, because it's possible. That's what most of our certified consultants are moving towards right now, and it's so exciting to watch it happen. Okay, now I want to kind of recap the things we talked about today, because we covered 3 secrets to get to 6 figures fast. So secret number 1 was the concept of funnel consulting and how it's literally the highest paying part-time job in the world. And I hope that when I showed you guys that, you were inspired. You saw how cool that this new profession that's kind of come out of nowhere really is. Secret number 2, then I showed you guys the results first cookie cutter method that'll give you almost unlimited clients. And secret number 3, I showed you guys how to easily shift from 6 figures per year to 6 figures per client per year. Now, I've got 2 questions for you guys right now. We've been hanging out now for about an hour or so, and I got 2 questions. The first question is this: who can see themselves as a funnel consultant? Okay? How many of you guys are like, this is the most amazing thing in the world. may not understand it. I might be a little confused about the process, but I know that if I stepped into this, I would be good at it. I know I could do it every single day for the rest of my life and be happy and be content and just feel good. How many of you guys see themselves as a funnel consultant right now? Okay, very cool. Now, my second thing is, how many of you guys may be like, I don't think I'm going to be a funnel consultant, but I would love for you, Russell, to train someone on my team to just do this. How many of you guys want me to train someone on your team to become certified so they can build these funnels out for you? How many of you guys are in that kind of boat right now? All right, very cool. So we got about half of you guys that want to be funnel consultants and half of you guys who want me to train someone on your team so they can be certified and do this stuff for you, which is exciting. So what I want to do now is I want to spend a few minutes and talk about our Clickfunnels Certified Partner Program so you guys can understand what the opportunity is, how it works, and where you fit into this, all right? Now, who is this for? I told you before, there's 2 types of people. First off, if you are an individual and you're saying, Russell, this is my future, this is my career, this is what I want to do with the rest of my life, then I want to show you guys how to become part-time funnel consultants. Now, the opposite side is that you are a business owner, you know that this is not you, but you know you want someone on your team to become certified so that they can do this stuff for you. And if that's the case, then we want to help train your team to be able to do this for you, okay? And then you can add a funnel building as existing services if you want, or just do it for yourself. Now, here's what the Clickfunnels Certified Program will do for you. First thing you're going to get is access to our 12-week online certification program. And like I mentioned before, this is not some fake certification program that you log in and take some fake quizzes. We have an entire team behind this. We're going to go through the training. You fill out quizzes. We manually grade all these things to make sure that you're actually learning and implementing everything through the certification process. I want you guys to meet really quickly your instructor. Her name is Nora. She is amazing. She actually joined the certification program the first year we did it, and she was by far our star pupil. She was making insane amounts of money as a funnel consultant and having a ton of fun. And I said, Nora, what would it take to have you come on our team and help us build out our certification program? And she said, Russell, I'm making insane amounts of money doing this. Why would I share this with other people? And I said, well, what's it going to take? And we had to make a really special offer for her, and it was not cheap, but I'm spending insane amounts of money to have Nora here because she is the best of the best, and we have trained a lot of people, and she took it 10, 20, 30 steps beyond what we were ever able to do with it, and she's amazing. And right now, she's taken our second group of people through, and the results are coming through. People that have had Nora as their instructor have been 10x what happened the very first time. So Nora is amazing. You guys will learn to love her and respect her and get so much value from her because because she's someone who not only like knows the theory, she was out there doing it day in and day out and has made insane amounts of money as a funnel consultant, and now she's training dozens and dozens of other people to do the same thing she was doing as well, and the results have been astounding. Now, inside a 12-week certification program, you can learn a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't want to overwhelm you, but you're going to understand funnel strategy, funnel architecture, account setup and integrations, building the 6 core funnels. You're going to learn how to use Actionetics, set up action funnels and more, how to use backpacks so you can run an affiliate program. You're going to learn how to write copy. You're going to learn how to write funnel scripts. You're going to learn advanced design, testing and publishing, funnel optimization, high ticket sales, client intake, and how to use successful project delivery. Now, all that stuff will happen week in and week out, and by the time you are done, you will know everything you need to know to be a funnel consultant, have a ton of success with it, just like the members who are going through the program right now. You will become a master strategist. You will know what type of funnel to use. You know what kind of how to structure the offers, how to do funnel stacking, everything like there. You will become a master builder. You will know how to build it in Clickfunnels. You will have absolute certainty knowing that when you design a funnel, it will look amazing and your clients will be happy. You will know how to do campaign building, how to set up action funnels, follow-up sequences, and everything. You'll become great at conversion, offer creation, writing copy, split tasting, conversion optimization, and a whole bunch more. You will literally become what we call a Clickfunnels ninja. You will be able to do what most people have never even dreamt about. This opportunity is something that's so new and so few people know about it. And when you become a master at it, you'll literally be able to write your own paycheck for the rest of your life. And like I said, you will become a rock star. And that is the goal of the 12-week certification program. You come in wherever you're at. You could be a beginner, newbie. You could be someone who knows how to do this a little bit. But wherever you come in, by the time you leave, you will be a rock star. Now, at the end of the certification program, we will bring you into a real live 2-day event with me and Nora, and we're going to bring actual, real, physical clients to you, people who have businesses who want funnels, and you're going to have a chance to actually build funnels for real clients and prove your skills. And this is a huge part of it because learning it's one thing, right? But if you learn a bunch of stuff, then you go walk out on the street and you go try to sell someone a funnel, like there's so many ways you can mess up, and there's scary, there's fear, and there's uncertainty, and all these things that come with that, right? We want to bring you here to Boise, Idaho, and put you through a process where you get to learn and test these things with a safety net, right? Where you get to come in and you have a chance to pitch the clients and then do the strategy with them and actually build a funnel and have us there to help make sure you do it right and help you the sales process and help you to really feel comfortable so you have absolute certainty when you leave Boise, you have everything you need to be able to become a funnel consultant and be able to do this in the real world. And so that's how the end of the certification is. You come to Boise and we have a chance to spend time together, and you actually get to build real clients for real funnels for real clients. And it's super fun. You have I wish I could show you guys how much fun it is. In fact, I'm going to show you a really quick video of what happened at our last certification event here in Boise, and it'll give you kind of a glimpse of what to expect when you graduate and you have a chance to come out here and hang out with me and Nora and everybody here at the Clickfunnels team.
Hey everyone, my name is Russell Brunson, and I'm here today in Boise, Idaho with a group of entrepreneurs right here who first off were people who fell in love with Clickfunnels. They started building funnels, having a bunch of fun, and then they had that epiphany, that idea that, hey, I could take this and turn this into a business. And a little while ago we offered our first ever certification program where they could actually learn how to become 6-figure a year or even 7-figure beyond funnel consultants. It's a 5-day program, and each day we spend half the day in here, like in the big lecture hall, lecturing everyone. And then after they learn the core concepts, then they break out into the 3 breakout rooms. And over there, then they have to go and actually do the stuff, make sure they implement what we taught them. Because usually you hear something once and you're like, oh, that's cool, and then you forget about it before you get home. So here, you learn it, you go over there, do it, and then you have to have someone check it off, and then you get a certificate, and then this week we're now turning them into the Clickfunnels ninjas. In fact, tonight these guys are about to go through a hackathon, which means they're going to be up all night going crazy, building funnels, and they're having fun, they're learning stuff. In fact, we had someone just share a testimony about how during the first day that they had an idea, they created a funnel, they launched it, they're already making money, and it's all happening right here in Boise, Idaho. So in the future, if we ever decide to do a certification program again, which I don't know if we're going to, but if we do, and if you want to come, I'm sure there's going to be a link down here or over here somewhere. But register, be here. It's going to be amazing. We'd love to have you here in Boise so you can learn what all of these guys had a chance to learn. So thanks so much, you guys, and I'll talk to you when you're here in Boise.
All right, is that exciting, you guys? Now, some of you guys I know are looking at it saying, Russell, this is so cool, but I can't sell high ticket things. I'm scared to death to sell. I don't know if I can sell someone $1,000 thing, let alone a $10,000 or $25,000 or more. Now, if you're feeling that way and you're nervous and you're scared about the sales process, do not worry. We have that taken care of you as well. We're going to help you to become a master at all things. We're going to help you to learn how to sell high ticket sales, how to onboard new clients, how to do successful project delivery. We've got a private Facebook group with all of our funnel consultants, and every single day in there, they're sharing ideas and tips and suggestions, and you have an entire community and team of people behind you to help guarantee your success, okay? And so you will become a master at all these things and a whole bunch more, and that'll give you the confidence you need to succeed, okay? The biggest thing I found is that when people first start this process, like they have all this uncertainty and they're nervous, and after you go through the process, you will leave with so much certainty. You'll know exactly what to do, exactly what to say and when to say it in order to get clients to come to you, to give you money, but then more importantly, to leave happy with the product that actually is going to help them and help serve them and help grow their company. When you have those pieces all together, that's what gives you the confidence you need to succeed. Okay, so let me walk over what you're going to get. First thing you're going to get is the 12-week online certification program, plus the 2-day live Funnel Authority Intensive. It's a total value of $29,994. Now, the next thing we're going to give you guys, we're going to let you have an account to Clickfunnels for free for the next 12 months, because that's the key. Like, if you're not using Clickfunnels and Backpack and Actionetics, you can't be a certified consultant. I don't want that to hold you guys back, so you've got no excuse. We will unlock your Clickfunnels account for the next 12 months for free. That means you will get Clickfunnels, you get Backpack, you'll get Actionetics, you have all the tools you need for yourself so you can master it on your own and then be able to help that with other clients, okay? Now, that right there by itself, as you know, if you have a Clickfunnels account right now, it costs $300 a month for that. So you're looking at was that $3,600 value basically getting for free when you become a funnel consultant. That way, you don't have to worry about the monthly fees and all that kind of things for ClickFunnels. You have everything you need to be successful, okay? Now, the other cool thing that happens is you get beta access to all of our new features. That means when we have a new feature coming out, our certified consultants are the first people to get it, to play with it, to master it, to give us feedback and things like that. So yes, that means you get all the new stuff before everybody else, and that's a big perk of being one of our certified consultants as well. You also have the ability to have client accounts. So inside your ClickFunnels account, let's say you have 1 or 10 or 15 or 20 clients, you have the ability really easily inside your ClickFunnels account to change and move from one client account to the other. So that way you can edit them, work on them really quick without having to log out and log in and log out and log in. So this is a really cool perk that we only give our certified funnel consultants. You also have what I call the get out of jail free card. That means, let's say you are working on a client account, you're building out a funnel and you're stuck and you don't know what to do. We have private call-in hours, only for our certified consultants, where you can jump on a Skype call with our top ClickFunnels experts here on our side, and they can help walk you through the process. It could be strategy, it could be building things out, it could be integration, whatever it is, but you have access to this get out of jail free card whenever you need it to be able to get on the phone with somebody to help get you pushed through the process. And so that's kind of another big benefit. So here's a recap of what you're going to get. You can get the 12-week online certification program, the 2-day live Funnel Authority Intensive. You can get the full Edison Suite for 12 months. You can get a special upgraded consultant account, which gives you early beta access, client accounts, Skype support, and a whole bunch more. Total value of $35,555. And so total value right now, if you look at that, legitimately is $35,555. Now, I want to kind of relate this to other things that you've probably looked at and other opportunities. And the first one is your college tuition. Now, I don't know about you, I wasn't smart enough to get into Stanford or Princeton or Harvard or Cornell or Duke, but after looking at these numbers, I'm kind of glad I wasn't. If you look at this right here, for Stanford, for example, the total tuition, if you went to Stanford for 5 years, is $189,405. Okay, now this is what sucks. After you graduate, guess what the average starting salary is from a Stanford grad? $67,000. Okay, and it's not much better at Princeton or Harvard or Cornell or Duke, yet you're spending insane amounts of money to start with a salary that's horrible. Okay, yet people are doing it every single day. In fact, you've probably done this in the past. I know a lot of our consultants are like, man, I wasted so much time and energy and money in college. They didn't give me anything when I left. I guarantee you that Henry is so glad he didn't go to Princeton or Harvard or Yale, because right now he made $500,000 his first 18 months. It's a lot better than $67,000. You guys agree? Okay? Because he understood the concepts behind funnel consulting. All right? Now, what are your alternatives? Maybe you're like, Russell, this is cool, but I don't know about if I want to be a funnel consultant. Like, what are my other alternatives? Well, there's a lot of them out there. There's tons of opportunities you can look at. One of them is real estate. Okay, now I don't know about you, but when I first got in this business, I thought real estate was the thing. I tried all sorts of stuff. And this is how it typically works. You get a loan for hundreds of thousands of dollars to go and buy a house. Then you got to deal with renters. You got to rehab rehabs. You got to deal with toilets that break all the time. I don't know about you, but all my real estate experiences have been a nightmare. And my goal is, after investing hundreds of thousands of dollars, all the stress and the pain associated with that, my goal, and this is best case scenario, is to cash flow a few $100 a month. Okay? I don't know about you, but that is certifiably insane to risk hundreds of thousands of dollars to hope to make $200 or $300 a month. Yet people are doing it all day, every single day. Okay? It makes me sick just thinking about it. In fact, I've got 3 properties right now that I am praying will burn to the ground so I can quit dealing with them, because I can't get rid of them. Okay? So there's one alternative, is real estate. What other alternatives do you have? Well, here's franchising. That sounds like a great idea, right? Let's get a McDonald's franchise or a Subway, okay? Typically with most franchises, you're looking at hundreds of thousands, not millions of dollars invested for the franchise, plus the location, plus the equipment. And then after you make that money, you still only get to make these tiny little percentages. Like, it's insane. Okay, so you could do a franchise. That's another alternative, I guess. I don't know about you, but I'm looking at this whole funnel consulting gig and looking at $35,000 is a bargain. Okay, it's not hundreds of thousands of dollars for a house. It's not millions of dollars for a franchise. It's not even the hundreds of thousands of dollars for a good college education. Okay, it is a huge bargain. Now, I have to ask you guys this. If you become a funnel consultant today, and if all that this did was help you to launch your brand new career as a funnel consultant, would it be worth the $35,000? Yeah. Okay, most people invest a lot more than that to get into the career that they want to be in for the rest of their life. Now, if all this did was finally give you the credentials that you needed to actually be a funnel expert, where you could walk into somebody's business and say, look, this is something that I am good at doing, and they'd write you a check for $10, $20, $35, $40,000 or more, would it be worth the $35,000 investment? Yeah, that's about the biggest ROI I've seen in any opportunity in my entire life. Now, if all this did was increase your skills in funnel strategy and building campaigns and copy and conversion that you could use for yourself, for your partner's businesses, for other people's businesses, would it be worth the $35,000? Yeah. Okay, I promise you, most of the funnels I make today make a lot more than that per month after they're finished. And you will literally have the ability to write your own paycheck from this point forward for the rest of your life. Now, when we were pricing this, we had a couple choices. Our first option is do what everyone else does and make a crappy, cheap certification program that means nothing to anybody and give you a really good-looking logo at the end of the day, but doesn't actually make you any better. Okay, and I don't know about you, but I hated that idea. So our second option, and because of this, we had to put up some barriers and make it exclusive so that the certification actually meant something, not just to you, but to the people that you're going to serve. Okay, we want to make sure that people could take this as, wow, this is actually a real thing. And so because of that, we went with the second option. As you can see, that this certification program right here, you guys, this is not about me making money. This is about you making money. And I really want to enforce that. Okay, this is all Arthur and Leon. I told you before, they're making $10,000 per client per month. Okay, they got 15 clients, $150,000 per month. Guess how much money I make off of these guys' business? Okay, I make nothing. Okay, this is not about me. This is about you. This is about how much money you can make. Okay, here's Henry. Henry made over $500,000 in the last 16 months. Guess how much money I got from Henry? I got nothing. This is his business. We gave him the skills and the tool, and he keeps all the money. Okay, all these guys are here. I'm going to show you guys some videos here in a minute from Mike and from Dave and from Donna and from Amanda. These guys all have full-time incomes building funnels, and guess how much money I get? $0, because this is not about me. This is about you, and that's what I really want you guys to understand. This is about you. So I'm curious, for those who are listening right now, how many of you guys are excited about becoming a certified funnel consultant? Okay, all right. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm excited for you guys because I have seen the process. I've seen the change in people's lives as they've gone through this process. I'm so excited to have a chance to take you through it as well. Now, because of one moron, we had to change how this worked. We used to let people go and sign up, jump in the program, and start going through it. But we had one person who was a really bad fit for the program. They did some things to damage our brand, and we had to take the certification away from them. And we made a very conscious decision at that point here in the company and said, look, this is not for everyone. Even if people are willing and able to pay, does not mean we want them to be part of this. You are representing us and our brand. And Clickfunnels has spent a ton of time and energy and money building a good brand. And so because of that, we're not letting any Yahoo through the door. We do have an application process now to find out if you are actually a good fit for us and that we're a good fit for you. And so that's kind of how the process works today. Is I'm not even going to try to sell you anything. I'm going to give you the ability to apply so we can see if you're a good fit. And that's as far as we're going today. Now, to get certified and to go apply, what I want you to do now is open up a new browser window. So don't close this now. I don't want this webinar to end. But open up a new tab or a new window and go to cfcertified.com/apply. Now, when you go there, you're going to have a chance to apply for the certification program. And I want you guys to remember a couple of things. First off, I told you we're getting dozens of requests every single hour for funnel help. Okay, if you think that this is something that you could be good at and you could serve people and you can make a lot of money with, but more importantly, help other people, then I want you to go and apply right now. Okay. The next thing I want to mention, I haven't had a chance to mention this yet, but you have the ability through this program to get literally unlimited referrals from us. Okay, a couple things. First off, we've got a part of Clickfunnels that has just a directory of all of our certified consultants. When people come to us, all these 15 or 20 people an hour that come to us asking for consulting help, we send them to this directory and have them look for you. Okay, so the faster you go through the certification, the faster you get on there, you will be certified. We'll put you in this directory, and leads will start coming to you. Okay, we also, inside of the funnel marketplace, we've got a really cool thing where we feature all our funnel consultants. And so as people are looking for templates and designs, they will see you as well, and they can find you there as well. So we have people right now getting dozens of leads a month coming to them. Well, they don't even do anything. They just come to them, they ask for funnels, and they can sign them up, and it's a very simple, easy process. So by being certified through our program, you guys, this literally gives you the ability to have unlimited referrals. I'm curious, what do you think one client would be worth to you? Not one client a day or one client a week or one client a month. What would one client be worth to you? Okay, because you make $2,997 from that person. Would you make $15,000 from that person? $30,000 or more? Okay, what if you got one client per month from us? That's literally like free money, right? It's like this picture. We're just handing you free money. Here's some more free money. There's some more. There's some more, right? But what if you didn't get one per month? But what if you got one per week from us? Okay, you guys starting to see the possibilities behind the certification program? It's huge, and it's not getting smaller. It's growing faster and faster every single day. Here's one last recap of what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the 12-week online certification program to help you become a ClickFunnels ninja. You're gonna, at the end of that, you're gonna come to Boise, Idaho for live 2-day Funnel 30 intensive. You have a chance to work with real business owners where me and Nora will be consulting you and working with you in a very small group to help you to become amazing at this funnel consulting. You can get the full Edison Suite ClickFunnels Backpack and Action for free for an entire year. You can get the special upgraded consultant account that will give you early bird access, our client account, Skype support, unlimited lead opportunities, and a whole bunch more, you guys. This total value is well over $35,555, but we're gonna let you guys come to cfcertified.com/apply right now and fill it out, and you'll be able to get started for a huge fraction of that if you're a good fit. Okay, if you're a good fit for us and if we're a good fit for you. So all you gotta do right now, you guys, is I want you to think about one more thing before we kind of end today. Because some of you guys are probably thinking, man, Russell, this is cool. I'm excited. I don't know what to do. Like, should I apply? Should I not apply? Like, I need to talk to my spouse. You're freaking out, whatever that might be. And I want you to think about one thing real quick. Okay? We are giving you guys a tool and an opportunity and a skill set where for the rest of your life, you'll be able to write your own paycheck. You can't say that about college. You can't say that about any other program I've ever seen ever online. Okay, so I don't want you guys to think I can't afford this and freak out. I want you to think, just like Robert Kiyosaki said, think about this. How can I afford that? Okay, if I did one funnel, this becomes free. If I do 2 funnels, that's pure profit. Okay, if I have other people I meet and I do equity in their business, that could be a profit center for the rest of my life. Okay, if you change your words, it's going to change your life. I want you to think, how can I afford this? How can I get into it? Because I promise you guys, if you get in this program, and if you're accepted through the application process, this will change your life forever. This is an opportunity like I've never seen in my life, and I don't think anything like this will ever be available to anybody again. And so one last recap of what you're going to get, you guys. You're going to get the 12-week online certification program, the live 2-day Funnel 30 intensive, the full Edison Suite for 12 months, the upgraded consultant account, unlimited lead opportunities, a whole bunch more. But now is the time for you guys to take action. What you do now is go to cfcertified.com/apply. When you go there, there's going to be a short application form. You will fill it out. And then if you're a good fit, you'll get a call from someone on my team next day or two. We'll give you a call on the phone. We'll explain how the program works, and hopefully we'll have a chance to let you in. And you'll have a chance to be working with Nora and me as soon as a couple days from now. But now is the time, you guys, to go. Now we, because of how many people are coming to ClickFunnels every single day, we have anywhere from 200 to 800 people per day that are joining ClickFunnels. And this opportunity, the majority of them are interested in it. And so because of that, we have to cap this. This is not something that we're going to have thousands and thousands of certified consultants. And it's something that we will definitely have a cap and a limit. And so if this page is up right now, if you're on this webinar, it means it's open, but we will be closing it down in the very near future. And in fact, if you go to cfcertified.com/apply and that page is down, it means that we are booked out and we've closed it down. The certification program has a lot of one-on-one help from us. We are manually grading every single one of your assignments. And so it's not something we can scale infinitely, nor will we ever want to. But if you know this is a good fit for you, then now is the time to do it. You got to go to cfcertified.com/apply. I highly recommend opening up another tab or another window. And as you guys are filling that out, I'm going to play a couple of videos for you guys because I want you to hear the stories of people who were just like you, who a year ago heard about this idea at an event, and they were nervous, and they were scared, and they were excited, and they didn't know what to do. And I want you to hear what happened to them because they took that leap of faith. They took that jump, and they tried it. They took that leap of faith into the darkness and just kind of stepped. And I want you to hear what happened to them because what happened to them can happen to you as well. And so I'm going to share 4 videos. The first is from Amanda. She's a stay-at-home mom, someone who was an educator growing up, and this profession of funnel consulting didn't exist when she was a kid or when any of us were a kid. And I want you to hear in her own words what happened and how it transformed her life. I want you to hear from Mike, who was a network marketer who had struggled signing up friends and family members into a program and found funnel consulting, and it changed his life. Okay, I want you to hear from Donna, who was a designer who took her design business and 3x'd it by adding funnels into what she was doing. And I want you to also hear from Dave, who took this business not just to 6 figures a year. In fact, he kind of laughed when I said this is a 6-figure business, but it's taken it to 7 figures a year and beyond. And so I want you to listen to their stories because it'll help you to understand what's possible and give you guys some hope in the future. For those who are nervous or I'm not quite sure, when you hear their stories, you'll see what's possible. So what we're going to do right now, again, is open up another tab, another window, and open up cfcertified.com/apply. You can see the link right there on the screen. And as you're watching these videos from Mike and Donna and Amanda and Dave, as you're listening to their stories, think about your story. What's your success story going to look like? I want you to think about that story as you're filling out the application form. And let our team know why you think you're a good fit. Because if you are a good fit, and we can see that, then this program can and will change your life forever. And so that's it, you guys. I'm excited. I hope you heard it in my voice, how excited I am. I hope that it gets you excited. But now is the time to take action. Now is the time to go to cfcertified.com/apply, fill out your form, and after that, you should hear from someone on my team in the next day or two, and they'll let you know if you're a good fit. If you're not, that's fine as well. We can part as friends, but if you are a good fit, we'll be excited to have you go through the program, to work with Nora, to come out here to Boise, and to start your new career as a certified funnel consultant. So again, thanks so much for watching the webinar, and I will talk to you guys again soon.
In 2011, I started my own business called Dake House, and I was just managing social media for a couple of local businesses. We had already been using Infusionsoft to do, some email marketing, and so we knew that we needed to use something for landing pages. I was just plugging along, doing what I was doing. I never really went and did self-improvement type things or tried to learn something at a conference. I was too busy. So I committed to going to Funnel Hacking Live, which for me, it was a big deal because I was spending money on a ticket and I was taking time away from my family, and I was going to Las Vegas, a city I'd never been to before, and I was alone, but I did it all. And I went to Funnel Hacking Live, and it was just monumental. Not just for business, but for networking and inspiration, and just seeing how an event like that could really affect people. At the end of Funnel Hacking Live, there was a prompt for the certification, the first certification ever. I'm texting my husband right then saying, should I do this? It was a big chunk of money for me to throw down. First of all, I just started this thing with Clickfunnels, and I only had one client with it. So why would I spend more money to learn something that I didn't know what to do. So I just did it. My husband was super supportive. People around me were really supportive. They're just like, do it. So I did it. And I was so nervous. I remember it was scheduled for the first week of school, and I have children, and I was gonna miss their first days of school. And my oldest son started middle school, so I missed that. But it was so worth it to go and sign up and be a part of that inaugural class of certified consultants. Learning from the people that presented, learning from people that I met while there, hands-on experience, building out specific types of funnels, going through the steps, having people there watching you, coaching you along the way, there to answer questions for things you didn't know how to integrate certain aspects, if you need a payment processor, an autoresponder, how to set up a sales funnel. From the basics to the little bit more complex. I had one client on Clickfunnels, and during certification, which was just a few months ago, and now I have over 12. I think I've met my maximum that I can handle on my own, so I've actually teamed up with another certified consultant, and we're basically able to combine our talents and our services to reach more people and help them more efficiently and effectively. My husband he's like the perfect entrepreneur's spouse because he lets me explore and he lets me just go forward with my ideas. He's just so supportive. He's proud of me, and I don't think there's a lot of professions where husbands actually tell their wives they're proud of them. And I'm also setting a great example for my kids that you can do whatever you want to do. It doesn't, I went to college to be a teacher and an administrator, and here I am building million-dollar funnels for people that this job didn't exist when I was in college. This world was not around at all. There wasn't even an idea of this world whenever I was in college. And now I have made my life what I want it to be. I have more time with my kids. We travel a lot. I can work with whomever I want to and not work with people I don't want to. And I love that independence. I love that freedom.
So a year ago today, I finally decided to take my isogenics business to the next level. I was a crystal executive with the company. That's one of their highest recognitions. I'd enrolled 70 of my friends, but I didn't know anybody else. My downline wasn't performing for me. And I thought if I was going to really succeed, I needed to do what other people weren't doing in my company, and I was going to do it online. I didn't know how to build my list, and I was trying all different things. I bought a bunch of different packages. I got coached by different people, and nothing ever came to fruition. I was doing what I was told, but nothing seemed to work. And working with Russell, he could see that my passion really wasn't in the network marketing niche. I wanted to make money, but he knew I wasn't in love with selling protein powder. That wasn't my thing. But what he knew about me is that I lived off-grid. And I had this incredible off-grid life where we've got horses and alpacas. I built my house all by myself. We've got a greenhouse. We make our own food. We produce our own power. And he's like, dude, that is where your money is. We built out a funnel, and I got some training on how to drive traffic to the funnel. And I don't know what happened, but I learned I'm really good at Facebook and driving traffic. Like I was getting pennies per click to come to my landing page. We had an awesome landing page, but it just wasn't converting. For whatever reason, we couldn't get it to bite. I didn't have the budget to do too much more with it, but I was really good at traffic. My first client that I worked with, they allowed me to do everything from the front to the end. So I was doing the Facebook ads, I built their funnel for them, I filmed their testimonial video. And in our first month, we did $300 in Facebook ads, and we did $10,380 in gross revenue for those guys. For them to go from $300 in advertising to like close to $11,000 in sales, totally flipped the switch for them. Now they're looking at expanding, starting another gym. So this year we did a Power and Pink trail race for women only. But again, the skills I learned from driving traffic and just the elegance of the website itself, that was huge. And that was a 100% fundraiser for Princess Margaret Hospital for cancer research in Toronto. So I raised like $8,000 and I gave it all away. I gave away $8,000 to charity. So it was pretty cool because I was in a position to do that, to really give back. And it was because a friend of mine was stage 4 colon cancer, and she was offered palliative care. She was supposed to die, and then she didn't. And so I'm doing the race in her honor. Yeah, so you got me crying. I didn't see that coming. She survived stage 4 colon cancer. She's back, and so I said, you know what, in your honor, let's do this. What is so cool about Clickfunnels is that somebody like me, I'm a firefighter, I'm a paramedic. That's where my training is, that's my experience is, and I didn't know anything about online marketing. But through going through with Russell's coaching and going through the Clickfunnels certification program, it's laid out step by step. All you need to do is do what he tells you. That's all there is. Don't put your own spin on it. Don't think you know a better way. Just do what he says. If you do it step by step, a firefighter like me can build like these killer funnels, drive amazing traffic, and explode a business in a couple of weeks.
So I've actually been a designer for all of my career. I've been doing it for 10 plus years. I actually was an art director for an agency, but I left that industry to start my own business 2.5 years ago because I was really passionate about helping entrepreneurs. So in order to do this, I have to, use one of the only platforms that I knew was available at the time, which was Lead Pages. So of course, I really gave it a chance and really tried to learn it. But I knew from the beginning that it was going to be a difficult process for me because there wasn't a lot of options in terms of like how you can customize the templates. I really had a hard time making it my own, and that's what I stand for. I want to create these like one-of-a-kind designs for my clients, but I just couldn't do that. So I was really frustrated. So I started asking around. Somebody from my Facebook group said, if you got to check out Clickfunnels. I'm like, what's Clickfunnels? I've never heard of it. And it's like, at that point, I was just so open to find a better solution. You can create sales funnels from beginning to end using Clickfunnels. And from that point, I was just like, okay, I want to know more. I want to see what I can do with this. So I got the 2-week trial, and I just kind of went in there and played around, and the editor really sold it for me because, as a brand designer, I really care about creating custom designs for my clients. And I don't want no cookie cutter templates or anything like that. And so playing around in editor, I was just like blown away at how many things I can do. I came there to Funnel Hacking Live event, just wanted to like soak up so much information. So when Russell told us about the opportunity to go to Boise with him and his team for a whole week to be immersed in this world and learn about all the aspects of creating sales funnels, I was just like really excited because, first of all, it would be a whole week of learning and also implementing. But the thing that really got to me, like other than the fact that, you'll be in a room full of like really smart, amazing online entrepreneurs, was the fact that they were going to teach you how to strategize and really implement those strategies into the funnel build. And I knew that I'm really good at like designing and building, but the aspect for me that was missing was the strategy piece. And so that part for me was just so attractive, and that is what really made me jump up and sign up for it. And I just knew in my gut that it was like the right thing for me. So since the certification program, there's just been so many opportunities for me now. I can charge more for my services because now I have that extra layer of support for my clients. I'm able to really go in there and give them a strategy that I know will convert, and not only do that, but design it, build it, make it work, and do it myself. I don't need a programmer to do it. For me to offer this to my clients, it really makes me feel like I can give them more value, and also feel like, hey, I know my stuff now, and I feel really confident in delivering that for them.
Up until literally the day before the event, I almost canceled out from coming to, I found every reason why I shouldn't be there. And I am so glad that I came. Literally, from the moment you opened, I was like a kid in the candy store, sitting on the edge of my seat. And really the thing that got me, when you were teaching on stage and you were giving little strategies, like on an opt-in form, if you just add this little tick box to the bottom, you can improve your results by 15%. And if you add this to it as well, you can get another 30% conversion. I'm like, oh my gosh. There was hundreds of people in the room, and the beauty in those nuggets, that alone was worth 10 times the admission price to being there. We do this for clients, so I had no desire at the time to become certified. It's like, hey, how would you like to add a 6-figure component into your business? And the way I look at it, well, if I get 1 client or 2 clients, not a month, but 1 or 2 clients, it's a 6-figure increase. If what Russell is teaching at Funnel Certification is only as good as what we learned over the 3 days at Funnel Hacking Live, it's worth 10 times the investment or 20 times the investment. And when Russell started talking about that, I said, you know what, this is something that if all I do is become better at our craft and serving our clients at a much higher level, it is well worth the time being there. And so I think I ran to the back there, and I haven't done that in years. I mean, heck, I was saying I shouldn't even be here. I didn't want to be there. I wasn't going to invest any money. I wasn't going to do anything. And yet I was one of the first people in the back of the room signing up to become a certified consultant. I went there. I actually brought a friend of mine there. We literally ate it up, and really being there, being at Funnel Hacking Live and being at the certification truly transformed my business and how we think and how we go about doing things for clients and ourselves today. I've been wanting to do this for ourselves and for myself and our business for years, and I know how to do it because we do it for everyone else. And there was almost that psychological block that I'm so busy doing it for everyone else. How can I do it for myself? Now I'm creating a product that we're videotaping and we're going to be able to sell online, and all these things that we hear all these people doing and we heard about at the live event and the certification, we're now doing for ourselves. I mean, seriously, everything in how I think today has changed to a higher level because of attending the certification event. If you really want to learn how to take your ClickFunnels use to the next level, and think about this, if all it costs you to attend ClickFunnels certification is $20,000, it's a good investment. If it costs you $30,000 to attend ClickFunnels certification, it's a good investment, because remember, if all you do is learn and implement one thing differently, it will change the way you do everything.